Welcome to Tutor Zone's personal essay workshop, where we dive deep into the different strategies that you should utilize to tell the best story about yourself. Personal essays, one very important component of the college application. How do they operate? How do they work? What are they looking for? Let's dive deeper into that today. Let's understand what's expected on each application. The UC application offers you 8 different prompts. Out of those 8 prompts, you must choose 4 and utilize 350 words maximum to answer each question. Why only 350 words? The goal is to help you be really concise, to get rid of a lot of fluff, vague usage of words, and really get to the point. Utilize every word you can to tell the best story about yourself. The common application, used often for out-of-state schools, if you're in California, or private schools, utilizes 7 different prompts. Out of those 7 prompts, you must choose one and use a maximum of 650 words. That doesn't mean you have to use all 650 words. If you feel you did a great job of telling your story with 500 words, that's perfect. But they do want you to go a bit more in depth than the UC applications. Here at Tutor Zone, we recommend to start with the UC application. Answer 4 questions with 350 words maximum, and then take a look at the common application and say, hey, can I maybe use one of my best answers and just develop it more? Use another 300 words to be more detailed, be more concise, and allow your story to be told in a much more detailed manner. These essays are very difficult to write, so let's try to think about 4 steps to make a great essay. Here are some key points. Be honest. Be real. If you keep everything very honest, then your story is going to be great. Not too many people can tell the story about Johnny, the neighbor, who you met every morning at 9 a.m. and helped practice soccer skills by developing better foot traffic and learning how to really dribble with their left leg. That's not a story I can tell. That's not a story a lot of kids can tell. So be very honest, and that allows you to be different. Be specific. Tell the stories about waking up at 9 in the morning to train that little guy. What was some struggles that you guys had to conquer together? Be specific. That allows your details to really come through. Be you. Allow your story to really be yours. And the last one, be original. When we are trying to be honest, let's try to avoid exaggerations. Very often we think that if we exaggerate, the story will come through. But it's very important in these personal essays to own your own voice. So avoid exaggerations. Just be honest. What did you learn? What did you really gain from that experience? What did you impact others? Were you able to transform the way people thought about specific skills that you learned? So just be real honest and stay away from exaggerations. Be specific. Tell the who, what, where, when, and why. That allows you to really dive deep into quality examples rather than quantity. Remember, for the UC applications, you only have 350 words. So every detail matters. Be specific. Be you. Avoid cliches. My life has been so difficult. So many other people can say that. So be specific and tell us how your life has been difficult. Avoid cliches as much as you can. Use first-person language. Really try to stay in your own voice as much as you can. Be original. You may be thinking, really easy for you to say, UCLA received over 100,000 applications last year, so how am I going to be original? Best way to do it is just find your angle. Think of experiences that you had in your life and just tell them. Things that maybe others haven't experienced. For example, maybe you had a powerful 5th grade teacher who would do experiments in science class all the time, and they changed the way you think about now STEM classes. Not too many of us can say about Mr. Johnson in 5th grade, so just find that angle and be very specific. It allows you to be original. Remember, in the personal essays, every word matters, and so there are certain times when we use specific language that allows us to miss opportunities and really make an impact with that language. So for example, using acronyms. Not all of us understand what that acronym stands for, so spell things out. Try to stay away from philosophical questions because maybe we don't all think of them the same way. A few other things to avoid are dialogues. Too much dialogue can take the reader away from the essence of the story. Try to stay away from that. Stay in your own voice. Also, titles. There's no need for titles. Sometimes you only have 350 words, 650 words to really make an impact, so try to stay away from titles. And creative writing. flowery language, right? Poems are great, but this is not a time for poem. This is a time for being very specific and to the point. Personal essays are not really about storytelling. We don't have enough time to get to a deep, in-depth story, so you have to really find the essence of the story and get to the point. It's also important not to really use sarcasm or jokes. We don't all have the same sense of humor, and so unfortunately, that great joke your grandpa tells you all the time, I may not get it. And so it's important to try to stay away from that, and also sarcasm. Just try to stay in your voice.